Hi everybody, Jake, your resident content cowboy here, yeehaw, and I have to say, I don't like making videos like this. This is one of the reasons a little while back I was kind of stepping away from Unite, was because they weren't updating their game and with anything meaningful for a good period of time. We'll call that an entire year. And I didn't like being in such a negative place around the game for so long, but I feel like now that I'm kind of back in it, especially since they've been updating more and more, I have to address the elephant in the room, and that is the license journey and how kind of badly they have botched this new update with the game. There's a lot to get into with it, but I really want to focus on the license journey because outside of some of the current problems the game has, like the game is crashing a lot in draft, there's this weird matchmaking issue in the very high ranks of ranked, where you start to run into bots because they don't have enough players at like the legend rank and stuff. All of that is very unfortunate. The legend rank thing is a little bit of a champagne problem. Not that it's actually not relevant. Like, you want top players to be matched into games. But I really do think the problem and the big thing that's on everyone's mind is the license journey. So let's hop into it right here. We are going to take a look at one of my accounts. This is the new account I made to kind of check out the license journey thing. This is Yeehaw Guy. And I wanted to see what a new account felt like kind of going through the game, what the license journey felt like, what the battle pass felt like. And I have to move my dumb face right here. But you can see the license journey at the bottom of our screen, 324 out of 325 points, and I'll be able to unlock Sylveon. I've talked about this a lot, so I'm not going to completely run through this, but just the basic idea. You start at the bottom here and you progressively move up this ladder, unlocking Pokemon. I think there are some very cool things about this system. I'm just gonna move my face again. I think there are some very cool things about this system that I like. I like that it's giving players access to Pokemon that they maybe wouldn't have tried before. I also think it's good for a healthy ranked system for you to have staple Pokemon that fill out a good roster so that you can bring them into ranked, you can bring them into draft matches. You're not just a Cinderace one trick. You have all of these options at your disposal, and you're encouraged to play all of them. The thing that's tough about it is the license point system in general. So with the current system the game has, you are almost... Okay, look. Daily, if you're just looking at daily, like this is a new account, right? So as you're like climbing up your like trainer level and all this, you're unlocking license points. As you have the battle pass here, you're unlocking license points. But once you get to a certain threshold, you are getting very, very little in the form of license points on a daily basis to continue moving up this ladder. And I think for all of the cool things about the license journey system, if you cannot in any way make meaningful progress up this ladder, what does it matter? What does the ladder matter? If you are a daily player and you went from the coin system to this new system, once you've completed the battle pass and done whatever like current event may give license points at that time, you're really only... Gosh, Jake. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your only access to license points after that is going to be this right here. Your daily events. And let me go through them really quick. You know these already, but I just want to illustrate my point. Logging into the game gives you 1 box. Participating in a battle gives you 1. Winning a battle gives you 2. And then participating in a quick battle gives you tickets, right? The most advantageous thing you can do as a player is log into the game, play a single quick match, win, because oftentimes, like depending on when you queue, like you might run into bots in a quick match, right? So you play a single quick match, you win that quick match, you collect whatever this will give you, and that is it. So let me claim all right here. I'm gonna open my boxes. 3 license points. That is what you can do in a day. That's it. That's all you can do. So when you look at something like this, oh, and I should say that's not exactly true. You also get license points from your friends. Like on my main account, I could pull that up. Like a friend will send you a license point. So by playing this game on a daily basis, you can get 1, sometimes 0, 4, maybe license points. That's very, very, very bad. That's very bad. I don't know. There's no other way to say it. That is an unacceptable rate of getting license points. So let me talk to you about why this is. And I've mentioned this before. I mentioned this on live streams, but I do think it's a good thing to talk about because it is what we are inside of right now. We are in a free-to-play game. But in a free-to-play game, you have to balance essentially 2 groups of people. You have to balance your whales, which make up a very small percentage of your player base, but they fund the game almost entirely. And then you have to balance your free-to-play players, or players who very rarely, if ever, spend anything on the game. Your whales are there because they have all of the money and they're buying all of your skins and doing all the battle passes and all these things. And a really, really healthy game state, and this is usually when a game is like brand new, more players will be picking up the battle pass. So you have like a small chunk of players who are buying everything, like they'll literally spend thousands on the game. Then you have another slice of the pie that's kind of like buying a battle pass or maybe like a skin or 2 they really like. Again, this is way more prevalent when a game is very hot, so like when a game just launches. And then you have a huge chunk of the player base, probably 90% of the players, that don't spend anything on the game. And I recognize that this is a difficult balancing act because you do have to make the players who spend, your whales, you do have to make them happy. They have to feel like they're getting something, that by spending money, they have like something cool that they are getting, some like level of status that they are getting inside of the game. But for any of that to matter, you have to have all of these players here that are playing free to play feel like their time is being rewarded in a way that they will continue to spend it on the game. Because your whales, who are over here buying everything in the game, have no one to show off all of their stuff to if all of your free-to-play players are gone or upset and they log in and play a single quick match and leave. You need a player base that is active in the game so the people who are spending money can show off all their cool stuff to. And yes, players who spend money in any game like this, they are going to get access to the Pokemon, champion, hero, whatever it is in that particular game. They're usually going to get access to that a little bit faster. However, that can't happen at a rate where the free-to-play players never get access to it. Or by the time they get access to it, it's all bad. Because what you're going to start doing is you will continue to encourage the players who are spending to spend. They feel like they're getting something, but it's going to get to the point where the free-to-play players are going to be saying, hey, not only do I never get access to this thing, or I get very, very late access. By the time I get it, it's nerfed. Like, look at like recent megas or something like that. Or even the other things that I want to engage with in the game, I feel like there is no route for me to get there. With the license journey in this game, as a free-to-play player, early on, as a new account, you're gonna feel like you're making good progress. But giving someone 3 license points a day and having no other way to grind license points like you could with coins or something like that, because coins, you would like accumulate them over the course of a week, right? So you could get 21, whatever it was, like 2,100 coins, and then there'd be daily stuff. Without any other way to grind any amount, I'm not saying it needs to be massive, but someone can't even grind an additional 10 points a day by playing matches. You can't grind any of the license points by playing this game. Well, then they're gonna stop playing the game, dude. Like, wake up. Yeah. You want players who spend money to be rewarded. This is true. Like, I understand, like, in a perfect utopia, the game exists for free. You just get everything and that would be great. But the game is designed to make money. You have to encourage players to spend money. You want players who spend money to get things. All of that makes total sense. You have tied a huge portion of license points to the battle pass. I don't even think that's that crazy, as long as players who are making up the huge bulk of your player base, your free-to-play players, have something to do. They need something to do. They need to have a reason to log in. They need to have a reason to queue up in a match, not just because the game is fun. Because, yeah, the game is fun, but they also need to have a level of progression. what, they never get a Pokemon? 3 license points a day. There's a battle pass that's coming out like what, once every month-ish or so. Let me hop back into the game here. There's a battle pass. I think it comes out, this was like 22 days, right? So there is a battle pass that comes out once every like 22-ish days or something. It could take longer, by the way, which might have more rewards in it. But this one for free had 700 license points. And then let's say daily, well, I'm gonna be super generous here. Let's say you get 3 license points a day and you get like 3 from your friends. So you get 6 license points a day over the course of a battle pass of like 22 days. It's 132 license points, and then you get these 700 from the battle pass. If you are on this rung right here, right there, over the course of a month, you will not unlock a Pokemon over the course of the 22 days. You will not unlock a Pokemon. Outside of like Gyarados, if you do that event, you would be unlocking Gyarados. But you're telling me that a player is going to play for an entire month and not unlock a mid-tier, like mid-tier shouldn't be the way I word this, right? Because some of these Pokemon are extremely good. Like this is extremely good. These are older releases, I should say, right? You're gonna grind for a whole month for someone to unlock a Zoomerol? Like, what are we talking about here, dude? You're giving... This license journey system is not on its face bad. I do not think like convincing players to go through the license journey and unlock Pokemon like cheaper ones earlier, filling out their roster. I don't think any of this is bad. Where are the points? They need points. How are they logging in and not getting any points, dude? How are you logging in daily and there's nothing for them to grind? You log in for a day, and hold on, I'm like setting this up again. Sorry, this video is just good. Now I'm just ranting at this point. Like I have like bullet points of what I'm doing, but I'm just ranting. But you log into your game, right? And you go through like 50 menus at the start of it, and not a single one is set up for you to like work towards what you are getting. Let me open my game. You get a lot of notifications. New battle pass, okay. This is something you do get points on for a free-to-play player, and then it stops. Treasure chest. This is like, you know, you got to spend real money to get this. Treasure chest. You got to spend real money to get this. Treasure chest. You got to spend real money to get this. Now we talk about things that are new in stock. These are colored contact lenses and a background. We have a notification about some of the big changes, and we have Mega Gyarados. We also have the invite a friend campaign. There actually are license points in here. There are a few license points, but you can't actively do anything. You can't play the game to get them. Eos Gems, a way to spend money. And there you go. Now you're in the game. On our home screen here, this is a prize machine, things that you ostensibly need to spend money on. A prize machine, things that you need to spend money on. A treasure chest, things that you need to spend money on. Gyarados you can unlock for free, to be fair, Gyarados you can. And things you need to spend money on, right? The Battle Pass awards points. You could go to your mail right here, and a friend, Pika Diff. If you're friends with Pika Diff might send you a license point. Outside of that, you log in, you play a single quick battle, you head over to the daily events, right here, you play your single quick battle, you go to your daily, you log in, you play your battle, that's it. That's your day. Those are your license points. That is you moving up your license journey right here. Now I have every Pokemon, I spend a lot of money on the game, so this doesn't affect me as much. But one thing I recognize that it will affect is your player base. Your player base is going to not... You're not giving them something to do. At least with coins, for the flaws that were in the coin system, it wasn't actually that bad of a system, like generally. Yeah, it had a coin cap and stuff like this, but you could save up your coins. You felt like, all right, when the next Pokemon was coming, like something cool was on the horizon. With the license journey, you're funneled into choices you may not want to make, and you can't generate these points in any meaningful way. So, are you asking players to log in at the start of a battle pass, grind it for a little bit, and then not play the game for an extended period of time? Is that what you were looking for? Because what it will do is free-to-play players will feel like there aren't enough reasons to log in, and they will be correct. And then your pay-to-play players, the ones who are funding the game, are going to have this cool stuff, but they're not going to be able to get matched into games. They're going to run into bot matches. The player base will start to decline. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't matter how cool your trainer outfit is or how, you know, fancy your Saru ledge looks in their new Hollowware, because no one's there to see it. If Mewtwo puts on a cape in the woods and no one is around to see it, did he really put on a cape? I say that he did not. So I feel like Unite, you have created this really interesting update, and if you want it to actually work, you have to give people things to interact with in the new update. You gotta give people something to do in the license journey. You have to give them points. Have quests. Play 3 ranked games, and then you get 10 license. You know, you have to give them something to do so they can move through this license journey. It can't just be the only way to move through this is paid, because people will stop playing. They'll go, I can't even get to the Pokemon I want. The next thing I have to unlock is Wigglytuff or Azumarill. I don't like either of them. I'm moving on. All right, rant over. That's the end of the video. Bye, everybody. I love you. We did it. We did it.